Dry, sunny and cold.
Carol, how are things looking?
Good morning. Well, I hope you still have your woolly jumper out, Joanna, because you're going to need it this week. It is going to be pretty cold. It's been a cold start to the day already across some parts of the country. Not everywhere, mind you. In the south, it is that little bit milder. So an earlier picture from one of our weather watchers of the Shetland Islands. Beautiful start to the day. Look at that sunrise. A little bit further south in Wakefield, it was very frosty, as indeed it has been across many parts. But as we come further south, we do have a weather front which is straddled across southern areas, introducing all this cloud, also some rain and some drizzle. North of that, we're into brighter skies and some sunshine. Still some wintry showers, quite a plethora of them across the north of Scotland, but by no means will we all see them. And increasingly as we go through the course of the day, they will fall at lower levels. It's also going to brighten up across the Midlands, but we've got this veil of cloud across southern counties right behind the band of rain, which is very slowly moving into the English Channel. Now temperatures peaked this morning at about 11 Celsius in the south. They will go down as we go through the day as the cooler but brighter conditions push south. But a lot of sunshine for northern England, a lot of sunshine across Scotland, still those wintry showers, again at lower levels. And for Northern Ireland, it's a mixture of bright spells, sunshine and also some showers, and feeling nippy, but beautiful if you're in the sunshine. For Wales too, there'll be one or two showers. You can see some wintriness on the hills. At lower levels, it's more likely to be rain. And then for southwest England, quite a lot of cloud, with the rain having moved south, but it is going to come back and take a swipe at Cornwall and Devon and Somerset as we head through this evening and overnight. In fact, there is the risk of a little bit of snow in Dartmoor. However, it's just a risk at this stage. Now, for the rest of us tonight, it's going to be cold, particularly from northern England, Northern Ireland, northwards through Scotland. There will be a widespread frost, also some patchy freezing fog across northern England and Northern Ireland, and still this array of showers across the northwest and east of Scotland and parts of eastern England. But the very nature of showers means that not all of us will see one. And that's how we start the day tomorrow. On a very similar note, watch out for ice on untreated surfaces where it has been damp. Still all those showers, some of them across Northern Ireland, western Scotland, northern Scotland, down the east coast of England as far south as Norfolk. But away from those showers, it's going to be a gorgeous day, a cold, crisp winter's day with a lot of sunshine. No heat wave, mind you. We're looking at 2 in Shetland to about 7 as we push down towards the Channel Islands, maybe a 9 in London and also Plymouth. Then as we move on into Wednesday, well, it's more of the same really. Again, a cold start, a frosty one. There'll be some ice on untreated surfaces. There'll be some sunshine and just a few showers around as well. And temperatures 2 to about 7 or 8. And then as we head on through the course of Wednesday into Thursday morning, look at the plume of blues that sweeps southwards. So once again, we're looking at a pretty frosty night, but this time it's going to be much more widespread than in the earlier part of the week. Today we're looking at quite a blustery day. There will be some sunshine, there'll also be some showers. Most of the showers are going to be in the west, where there will also be quite a bit of cloud. But first thing this morning, you can see this line of cloud moving across southern counties of England, heading into the southeast. That's rain, and the rain's been steadily falling through the course of the night and will continue to do so for the next few hours before eventually moving away from Kent, probably late morning, lunchtime-ish. Also, still quite gusty winds at the moment across parts of the English Channel coastline, gusting to gale force. But you can see too, a lot of cloud as we drift further west, a lot of cloud across the Midlands. Then as we move through Wales, northern England, we're back into the showers, as we are across Northern Ireland and western and northern Scotland. A little bit drier in the east, but to start with, it's also fairly cloudy. And it's not quite as cold as it was this time yesterday. Mind you, there's still no heat wave if you're just stepping out. So there goes the rain and the strongest winds away from the southeast as we go through the course of the morning, early afternoon time. Behind it, a lot of dry weather, particularly in the east. You might catch the odd shower, but most of the showers are going to be in some western and some central areas. In between them, across western Scotland, there'll be some sunshine, quite a lot of cloud across northwest England, Wales and Northern Ireland, and also a lot of cloud too across southwest England. As we head on through the evening and overnight, we still will have a lot of showers coming in from the west. You can see them all the way down, some of them getting into the southeast. With the wind, we're not looking at a frost. However, in some eastern areas and sheltered prone areas, we could well see some pockets of frost develop. Now that leads us into tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got a real east-west split. Weather front coming into the west is going to introduce thicker cloud. There'll be a lot of drizzle around, some spots of rain as well. really across western Scotland, heading down towards the Isle of Wight and all points west. Whereas as we drift further eastwards, we're back into some drier conditions and also some sunshine. Although at times there will be some showers across northeast Scotland, and we could see the odd one coming in and the brisk wind across Norfolk, for example, and it will feel cold. Not as cold as it was yesterday, but with that northwesterly wind, that certainly will take the edge off things. Then as we move on into Thursday, well, the cloud that we had in the west during the course of Wednesday will push across us all during the course of Thursday. You might see one or two brighter breaks, but the other thing you'll notice is that we've got more showers coming in across the northwest, and that's where we're going to see a bit of a change, because as we head on into Friday, a weather front coming our way is going to introduce some rain, and that's going to be slipping steadily southeastwards. Temperatures back into double figures. We're looking at about 11 or 12, but as we head into the weekend, looks like it will turn that bit colder again with some wintry showers, especially so on higher ground, Leonvilly.
Oh, just in time for the weekend then. Thanks, Carol. See you later.
With some sunshine, variable amounts of cloud, and as we go through the next few days, particularly by Sunday, it's going to turn much warmer than it has been. But I'll have more in 15 minutes.
Carol,
Chilly start to the day for some of us. Temperatures overnight fell to freezing or indeed just below. So in rural areas there is a touch of frost around. But for today it's going to be mainly dry with some sunshine. In actual fact, a bit more sunshine than we thought this time yesterday. High pressure is dominating our weather. Things are fairly quiet and settled. Yes, there are a few showers across the north and northwest of Scotland. Here too it is that bit windier. And if anything across Shetland, the wind will strengthen through the day, possibly touching gale force. But although there is cloud across our shores, there will be holes in it. So this afternoon across western Scotland, a bit more cloud producing those showers, windy in the north, but in the east we're looking at some sunshine. For Northern Ireland, you too are going to see quite a bit of cloud, but it's thin cloud, so it may produce the odd shower, but equally there'll be a lot of bright spells. And as we move across England and also Wales, a similar story, chasing the holes in the cloud, seeing some sunshine coming through there, and at worst it will be bright. And if you're in the sunshine, temperatures could get up as high as 15 or 16 Celsius, and that will feel quite pleasant. Now overnight tonight there still will be some clear skies around. We still will have some showers across the west of Scotland, some getting into Northern Ireland, and the wind easing a touch across the far north of mainland Scotland. And that leads us into tomorrow, a very similar day to today in that it's going to be largely dry. There will be some cloud around. There will also be some sunshine too, and temperatures into double figures quite easily. For the weekend, high pressure becomes ensconced across us, drifts a little bit towards the east. We start to pull in the milder continental air, but there is a weather front in the northwest that's going to introduce some rain, especially so on Sunday. So the effect of the change is that we're going to have some warm air pumping up from France and the Bay of Biscay, and that really will have a positive impact on our temperatures. But do bear in mind, where we've got our weather front across the far northwest, that will have a negative impact on the temperatures. So on Saturday, a nippy start under the clear skies, a lot of sunshine for England, for Wales, for eastern parts of Scotland, eastern parts of Northern Ireland, a bit more cloud out towards the west with just the odd shower. And if you are heading off to Aintree, well, it's looking like it's going to stay dry. There'll be some sunshine around, highs around about 14 Celsius and light winds. And then as we head on into Sunday, again a nippy start to the day, touch of frost here and there. We're also looking at a lot of blue skies. But as our weather front comes in from the northwest, it's going to introduce thicker cloud and some rain. So in the northwest on Sunday, temperatures 10 to 13. In the west, 19, 20. But in parts of the southeast and eastern England, we could see 21, 22 or even 23. But it's not going to last even into Monday. Sal and Shirley.
Wow.
Today's going to be cloudier and cooler than it was yesterday. And for some of us, we're also looking at some rain. We've had some rain coming in from the North Sea during the course of the night, and it's going to be pushing that bit further towards the west through the day. You can see it here on the pressure chart, but look at the isobars. They're fairly slack. There's not much wind to talk of at all. Now this morning it will remain fairly cloudy across northern England. We've got some showers, we've got the rain coming in across parts of Yorkshire, in through Lincolnshire, through Norfolk, Suffolk. It's fairly light and fairly patchy, but we've also got the thicker cloud here. Come south of that, there is some cloud cover around, and we've also got some breaks in that cloud too. So some of us will start off on a sunnier note. By the time we get to 8 o'clock, we're looking at about 10 Celsius in Barnstable and Cardiff. Now, further west in Wales, you'll have some sunshine, but the cloud has come right across during the course of the night. So for eastern parts of Wales, it's cloudy. For Northern Ireland, again, you've got a mixture of bright spells or indeed some sunny spells and 1 or 2 showers. Western Scotland, especially Argyll and Bute, Isle of Skye, faring nicely today for the best of the weather and some of the highest temperatures. But again, down this east coast, the cloud coming in from the North Sea on this chilly breeze, and the breeze will